Hey guys, welcome in. This is Matt Miller, and watch what happens when Donald Trump sits down at Mar-a-Lago with Netanyahu. The energy in the room you could cut with a knife, and this clip shows exactly why the world was safer under Donald Trump as president. But before we jump into the video, I want to ask you guys to please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when we post new content. All right, let's jump in.
Can you tell us what you talked about? Yes?
Just general.
You talked about the hustle.
Mr. Prime Minister, could you tell me, Mr. Prime Minister, how Kamala Harris's remarks yesterday might have impacted negotiations on a ceasefire deal?
Well, we're trying to get one. And I think to the extent that Hamas understands that there's no daylight between Israel and the United States, that expedites the deal. And I would hope that those comments don't change that.
Mr. President, do you have any reaction to Kamala Harris's remarks yesterday? Do you have any reaction to Kamala Harris's remarks yesterday after she met with the Prime Minister?
No, I have no remarks. She's a radical left person. San Francisco, destroyed San Francisco. She's really a destroyer. She doesn't know how to build. And I think her remarks were disrespectful. They weren't very nice pertaining to Israel. I actually don't know how a person who's Jewish can vote for her, but that's up to them. But she was certainly disrespectful to Israel, in my opinion.
Mr. Trump, has your relationship with the Prime Minister repaired at all?
It was never bad. I would say it was always good. No president has done what I've done for Israel, and we've always had a very good relationship. And if I didn't, I have a secret weapon. You know what it is? Sarah. She's sitting right over there. I have Sarah. As long as I have Sarah, that's all that matters.
Do you feel like after this trip, Mr. Prime Minister, we're any closer to a ceasefire deal?
I hope so, but I think time will tell. We're certainly eager to have one, and we're working on it.
Are you sending teams to Rome?
Sorry?
Are you sending teams to Rome to continue those negotiations?
Dispatching the team, probably going to be.
Can you tell us the status of the hostage negotiations?
I think there's been some movement because of the military pressure that we exerted. I hope that there'll be sufficient movement to get the deal completed.
That's a very tough situation, the hostages. They have to be given back immediately because there can be no way that they're in good shape. They're obviously not being treated properly. And you hope that they're okay, but there are a lot of hostages, I'm sure, that will not be okay. And that's just not an acceptable situation. The Biden administration, now she's taken over, and she's worse than him. She's actually worse than him. So we'll see how it goes. But if it all works out, if we win, it'll be very simple. It's all going to work out and very quickly. If we don't, you're going to end up with major wars in the Middle East and maybe a third world war. You are closer to a third world war right now than at any time since the Second World War. You've never been so close because we have incompetent people running our country. Thank you very much, everybody.
The first thing that's obvious from this clip is that Netanyahu actually respects Donald Trump. He has respect for him as a strong leader, and both these guys are very strong leaders. But this sort of mutual respect is so important for world leaders to have for each other, or else that's when you get huge power vacuums, and that's when you get opportunists taking advantage of weak leadership, like we saw through Biden's 4 years, right? I mean, the Taliban pulled one over on us. Putin decided to invade Ukraine as soon as America looked like it was in a terrible place to retaliate. And even Hamas chose its moment to attack Israel. And on October 7th, during the Biden administration, when America is at its weakest, we're clear. The world knows it. Every world leader that's watching us right now knows that this is their chance to actually do what they want to do in spite of the American military, because we don't have a strong president right now. We have a guy who can't even make it through 10 minutes of a presidential debate without completely losing his mind and losing his train of thought. So it's great to see the opposite of that happen when Netanyahu sits down with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. These guys, they both have boss energy. They're both strong smart men, and they're not going to let their countries get taken advantage of. And I think that they see eye to eye. And that's why Trump was able to keep the peace as much as he did during his 4 years, is because even our adversaries respected us, and they knew that we had somebody in the Oval Office who was a real boss and actually knew how to be a leader and wasn't afraid to do what he had to do to make sure America's interests were protected. So I think a lot of liberals don't like Trump's style. They think that he's too abrasive, I guess. Maybe he's too masculine or whatever. It's too rough. But actually, that's what keeps us safe, is that this guy is strong and nobody wants to mess with us because they can see that. The way to peace is not to be a wimp and to go around apologizing to everybody and bending over for everybody like Obama did and like Joe Biden definitely did. The way to peace is through strength and having all of our adversaries and our allies know that we're not going to be taken advantage of and there isn't an opportunity to attack. And if you do something that we don't like, then we're going to be on your ass immediately with everything that we got. If the liberals and the woke anti-Trump people don't like it, then they can cry themselves to sleep while America is safe and our adversaries are pissing their pants because we have a strong leader again. I can't wait for that. Honestly, let's get somebody back in the White House. It's going to be Trump this time, but let's make sure that we always have somebody who our adversaries fear and respect. And Netanyahu isn't even an adversary of America, but it's important that our allies see that we're strong too, so they don't try to A, take advantage of us, or B, so that they are reassured and have confidence that we have their back. And they're able to act as such, and they know that they're strong because America's strong. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you get notified when we post new content. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.